To turn the floor over to our relatives from Tulalip. You now have the floor.
Aslachel. Good afternoon. Stahobs chush. Tulal chush Tulalip. We are Stahobs. We come from Tulalip. That first song we sang comes from Snoqualmie, from the Moses family. It's the gathering of the dancers. Call for the dancers. The second song we sang belongs to our canoe, Tulalti tu Yalabchash, the gift from our ancestors. And that song came to the one who had carved her, Duskius. And it's a song for the hard time, pulling together, pulling through the hard water, and the canoe will carry you through. Just take a minute to raise our hands to everyone and to buckle shoot for having us, for welcoming us to your territory, to share with you a little bit about who we are. And this next song belongs to another of our canoes, Little Sister. Also was given to Duskius from the late Chief Frank Nelson. Igwitin. Just want to take some time to acknowledge our Lut Ukchash, our elders, Wakatins, Squatalk, who else is here? Moni, Auntie Down, Tulalip, Mike Gobin. What was Zug? Zug. Tuiska, Zug, Chetsius, Yogi, Shahelalos, our chairwoman, and her mother, Kahalalitza. She was, her husband was the late Stan Jones Sr., who many of you may remember, our longtime chairman. And I'm Wazi Kanam, and I'm thankful to be able to stand here and speak on behalf of our family. The next song we'll sing belongs to Tulalip Caleb, his table song. Thank you, everyone. I want to thank and recognize Tulalip Kadab at a time when this family was in transition. He offered that song up on the journey to Campbell River, and it brought new life to our family. A new spirit of sharing of our songs, the songs that we each carry from our families. And you'll hear that as we continue on. Some of these songs belong to individuals or they belong to our families. So we stand here as the Tulalip Canoe family, but together, bringing what each of us have. Just wanted to acknowledge that and what that song means, him giving us permission to use that song. And again, we come from Tulalip. Tulalip was the name of our bay. It means far to the bottom. It was never a people. Truly, we are the Snohomish people. And today, the Tulalip tribes represents many people. The Snohomish, Snoqualmie, Skykomish, and many other allied tribes and bands. We tell this so that you know who we are. There are other tribes as well, some of them carrying the same name. Just that little bit of explanation about who we are. You know, after treaty times, the reservation, the Tulalip Reservation, was managed, and it was then called the Tulalip Agency. And it wasn't until 1934, under the Reorganization Act, that the modern government that you know today as the Tulalip tribes formed. But we never lost who we are. We each carry that heritage. And so I'd like to invite one of our language teachers, my cousin, to share one of our emergent stories.
O Tligwalapo hak siayaya as bubut lachi deep beatabutla twaltis ala paltia slachel Natasha Gobin seedsta Gobin young ti badali gwada ishid Hill Price ti skoyali gwada ishid Stohobs chud chadas do kwal buf chud chadas poyala pabs chud chadas sak buf eat soyat buf chud chadas skajatabs As heath bead chad ti sas kwawalik al tia slachel. Hlu yahob tabutlid chad tia siahob guash si tu sas wichab. Friends and relatives, I raise my hands to each and every one of you for being here today. My name is Natasha Gobin. I come from the Gobin, Young, Hill, and Price families. My descendancy connects me on both sides to Snohomish. I'm also Snoqualmie, Sauksuwaddle, Skagit, and Puyallup. My heart is so happy to be sharing this space with each and every one of you today. And I'm so excited for all of our relatives that showed up to stand strong together as we shared our time on the floor today. The story that I want to share comes from the late Seswichab, Martha Lamont. And this is the story of the seal hunting brothers. And I know if I had all the kids out on the floor here today, they would help us start out the story, because we know that our stories take place all too hot a long time ago. Lalit ti swatufted, when the world was different than the way it is today, when animals look like people and people look like animals, before all the changes took place. Aslachlil ti'ich yot yalabchach al teach at aks. This was back when our ancestors were living at Rock Point. Tia Sladite, there was this woman, Abs Alolsh Qui Siab. There was a woman and she had brothers, and they were very honorable people. They took very good care of their village. They were known as great hunters. They would go out and harvest food from the waters, food from the mountains, and they would take care of everybody in the village. Tia Sladai Gwal Abs East Kuidos Ayak. And that woman, she had a husband. Her husband was a carver. Abs Badbada Akwika, and together they had a lot of children. Altis Slugs Tis East. When her husband would leave to go do his work, it was very important for him to do that work on his own. So when he would leave, her brothers would make sure to bring a plate of food for him. When your husband returns, here's some food for him. Make sure you save this food for your husband. Her husband would return, and he knew that there would be food for him. And he always respected his brothers for taking such good care of him. And he knew that when he would leave, all of his kids and his wife would be well taken care of. But something had changed within that woman. Something changed. When her husband would leave, she started to gobble up all that food. She got greedy. She would have her kids gobble up the food. She would take ashes from the fire and she would have them put it on their face. She told them to say, "Astagwaf chud, I'm hungry." And when her husband returned, he noticed that his kids, they looked dirty and they were saying they were hungry. So he was trying to figure out what happened. Oh, maybe they didn't get enough food. Maybe they took care of everybody else first. Maybe there wasn't enough for our family, but I hope they took care of everyone else. Again, he would leave, and when he would return, there was no food for him. And again, he would leave, and when he returned, there was no food for him. And his family said they were starving. After 4 times, he realized that something was wrong. He thought his brothers were disrespecting him. Petid guasab, so he thought to himself, Guastabas qui thuds hoy, what am I gonna do? How can I teach them a lesson? They're disrespecting me, they're disrespecting my family, their own sister, their own nieces and nephews. They must need a lesson. Altis slugs, when he left and he went out, he gathered some cedar and he started to carve. Upaya, upaya. And as he was thinking about those brothers, that piece of cedar started to take shape. It started to look like a sopkas, like a seal. And as he continued working, it started to get movement like a seal. And when he was finished, it could bark like a seal. And that's when he knew it was ready. He called to his brothers-in-law, oh, do sweet, you great hunters. Ashud chafu tisop kasalturi. Do you see that seal out there? You guys are great hunters. You should go catch that. They didn't think anything of it. So they got into their canoe and they traveled out there. And just as one of the brothers was able to harpoon the seal, the other brother that was steering lost control of the iltbead. He could no longer steer that canoe. Ti'ish sopkas guat twalquilali al altud. And that seal had taken them far away to a different village where they were transformed. Altia swatiufted on land, they were great seal hunters. They were taken to a village under the water where they were transformed into the Sali Kalachech Sokwa, the two seal hunting brothers, the two killer whale brothers. After some time, the village started to mourn the loss of those great hunters. They had no idea where they had gone, no idea what had happened to them. And somehow the husband found out that his wife had been dishonest with him. And so he went out to all of the people and he explained what he had done and explained that he thought he was being disrespected and that he wanted to teach them a lesson and where those men were taken. And that's how our people knew and found out that our relatives were changed into kalachech, that they were changed into killer whales. This was passed down for many, many generations. And generations later, when we had a group of people that were still occupying Chitlak's Rock Point. That is a place where we would go to harvest from the waters and put the food away for the winters. All of a sudden, one summer when they were harvesting, 2 seals arrived. And they started to gobble up all the food that our people were trying to harvest. Everybody was scared, they were worried. How are we going to survive the harsh winter if the seals are eating up all of our food? What are we going to be able to put away? And this one young woman, she remembered her ancestors. She remembered what she was told about the Kalachech Sokwa, the killer whale brothers. Uquiad twalti chwolch. Kalachech, tad yot yalab, gwaltid yot yalab, kwahwat tabuchli. Killer whales. Your ancestors are my ancestors. Please help us, help our people. And all of a sudden, those 2 killer whales arrived into the waters. They bit off the heads of the seals and they tossed the bodies of the seals onto the shoreline so that the people could put some food away for the winter. And it's because they saved our village, they saved our people from starvation, that we continue to acknowledge and honor the relationship that we have with our Yot Yalab, with our killer whale ancestors. T'igwi tabushle, dich hoisa ti'ich siahob.
Thank you for hearing our story. I have to ask a bit of forgiveness. Squalsy wish, I did not see you, another of our elders. The next song we sing is the Stahobj welcome song, or the Stahobj war song, excuse me. And this is how we used to enter homes when we traveled. It's not a song about going to war, it's a song about the fierceness of the Stahobj people. And in her biography, Siastanu, Ruth Sihom, daughter of Chief Sihom, she recalls this song being sung at the last potlatch on Guimas Island, just to speak of how old this song is. As we transition, this next song belongs to Josh Freiberg. It's the Warriors Healing Song. If we can get our boys back out.
OCM Tigwitsi, my name is Josh Freiberg. I want to raise my hands, each and every one of you. Thank you for being here today. It feels really good seeing everybody come together. Let's make some noise for all the tribes coming together. As our dancers are getting ready here, I just want to give a little explanation on the song. It's the Warriors Healing Song. And at this time, if you can please stand up, say a prayer. Whoever you need to say a prayer for, please stand up. Put your hand up. Think of that person. Our dancers, think of that person. Send some prayers. OCM Tigwitsi.
That's one of our new songs this year that my cousin was gracious enough to bring to our family here. It was very fitting to include as we remember the warriors past and present on this journey. Hey, put my smile on. Okay? No. The next song we're singing also comes from the Moses family from Snoqualmie. It's the song of the mountain bird. next song comes from our relative, Silampton. It's called The Light. It's about suicide prevention. And really what the song is about is, keeping that light that's within each and every one of us, keeping it strong and, carrying on and moving forward. So this next song we call Strength and Wisdom belongs to me. It came in a dream when our community was experiencing loss. And in the dream, we're at my grandparents' house where we cook fish. And there was a line of elders, one of which was a relative's uncle, Dobie Tom. And there were 4 men and there were 4 women. And there was a line of rocks. And the rocks would catch fire on either end, and the flame would meet in the middle and send up this fireball. And the elders in the dream were interpreting that, and the community came singing the songs where it came from. And so, what I've come to understand is it is about the strength and the wisdom that our elders give to us in their teachings. At this time, I'd like to call Natasha back up. This next song that we sing comes from Tulalip, was given to Kaikai and Shohalem, which they left with their families. We use it in the salmon ceremony for the blessing of the fishermen. And as she makes her way up, just little explanation on the song. She was sitting below our longhouse listening to the waves, and she heard this song come from the bay. And she understood it to be remembering who you are and where you come from. But we'll have our story first.
O Hligwalapo, by Yehob Tabutlid Chad. Friends and relatives, I'm happy to share another traditional story with you today. Ti ich si Yehob, to Yehob to Sapa Chech, Bernie Kai Kai Gobin. And this story, as we've heard it, is one that was passed on by our late grandfather, Bernie Kai Kai Gobin. All too hot a long time ago, tia yot yalab chach, slatlil asquat ti suladbu. Long ago, our relatives lived as one with the Salmon people. Abs obad, and they had agreements with one another. Ti latsich talbu, guotech ti suladbu, hot lead ti stolak, hot lead ti chulch. Guoti ich suladbu, abid tis halit twalti ich hatlil tiatzich talbu. Long ago, when our people lived as one with the Salmon people, we had agreements. And those agreements were for the atzich talbu, for our people to take care of the Salmon people. It was to clean their waters, the rivers, the oceans, keep their home clean, and to return their bones back into the water. And in return, their agreement was that they would arrive in large salmon runs and they would provide nourishment for our people to help keep us strong and help keep us going. Hoi mitman ti'ish ulad utlachil. But they started to notice that it was smaller and smaller that the salmon runs were returning. Qui lagwab, patid guasab, twalada ti'ich. And there was this one young man, and he was thinking about this, standing alti ilguish on the shoreline, just thinking about why the salmon aren't returning, what is going on. And as he was thinking, the water rolled back. Gwal ushalel qui sulad, and a salmon had arrived. Ashaid chad guastabas tad patid guasab. I know what you are thinking about, and I want you to come with me. Come to my village. I need to show you something. Hoi laebash altistolak. So he walked into that water, and he followed that salmon. And as he looked up and the water rolled back, he could see the salmon swimming above him. Laebash twal qui lali al altad, and he walked with him to a different village. It looked the same as his village, but it was underwater. As they got closer to the village, he noticed that the people were hurt. They were sick. The salmon, some of them were missing a fin, some of them both fins, some of them a tail, some of them had chunks taken out of them. Uwalakwid ti sulad asached kuidafas chash ti atzich tabiuf ti suladbiuf. Why is it that your people are sick? Why are the salmon people sick? What is going on? That's why I brought you here. I need your help. And if you can help me, our chief is sick. And then he can tell you what is going on. So they walked back to the longhouse, and way in the corner, the chief was lying there on a bed. He had a huge hook that was stuck into his head. And the salmon people couldn't see that. They didn't know what was wrong. But that lagwa being atzich talbiu, being something that was created by man, he could see it. He said, I know what's wrong with your chief, and if you trust me, I would like to help him. So he asked him to help, and he gently removed the hook from the chief's head, and the chief sat up and he was well again. The chief explained to the young man that the Atzil Talbiuf and the Suladbiuf have these long-standing agreements to take care of one another, but that the Atzil Talbiuf started to get lazy. They weren't returning all of the bones back into the water. Sometimes when they were done, they would just toss the head or toss the tail or whatever pieces they could, they would just toss them into the water carelessly, thinking that they were doing their part. But they needed the reminder to be very intentful about the work that they were doing and how important it was for the bones to return back to the village. After some discussion, they talked about how difficult it might be to return all of the bones of all of the salmon back into the water. So they came up with another agreement. If the first salmon scout, Hek Siab Yobach, the honorable king salmon, when he arrives into your waters, if you honor him and take good care of him and return his bones back into the water, he will come back and let us know how he was treated. And the chief taught that young man songs and dances. And he said, take these songs and dances back to your people. Teach your people. Teach them about how hard the Suladbiuf, how hard the salmon people work to reproduce, to go up those streams, to make all those eggs, so that all of your people can be nourished. And so the young man went home, and he gathered up all of his people, and he explained where he had traveled, what he had learned, who he had met. And he said, they want us to honor that first scout, that first salmon. And the people were like, wow, that sounds like a lot of work. I don't know, you want us to learn these songs and dances? You want us to do this every time? And he said, come with me, come with me. And he took him to that fish ladder where all of the salmon were jumping up, headed further upstream, further up the river. And he said, look at how hard they're fighting. Look at how hard they're fighting to produce more so that we could have more nourishment. It is up to us to continue to take care of them so that they can take care of us. And to this day, not only our community, but many communities continue to honor Hek Siab Yobach. They honor the salmon through having different salmon ceremonies. And it is up to us to remember those teachings so we can do our part to keep our waters clean and to take care of our salmon relatives. Igwi Tabusled, Shigualapo, thank you.
That second song belongs to my father, Ticha Glenn Gobin. And it came to him as we brought our canoes back out. After Duskius had passed, we put our canoes away for a year. And when we brought them back out, this song came after they had finished that work. And it's a song of cleansing and of new beginning. The next song we'll sing is the Yakwala Tuktukulus. Belonged to Shohalam, who was Terry's father. What? Are you ready? I apologize. The Yakwala Tuktukulus, those are the symbols of the Jones family, the eagle and the owl. And the song came to Shohalam as he was fishing. He was going through Deception Pass. And the song is about all of those things in our culture that give us strength. So you'll hear Stahobj, who we are. Quadarid was used in our homes. Squadilich, Tusted, Tamanmas. And then he added Kai Kai to honor my grandfather, who was his longtime friend. And they fought together in the Bolt decision to win that, along with many other leaders. But that friendship he wanted to honor. That's why that last is there. This next song also belongs to me. It's a knife dance. It's a song for protection, and it came at a time of great turmoil in my life. So the song is for that strength and protection. I just really quick wanted to thank the family here for helping me bring that song out. It's the first time we've used it on the floor. The next song we'll sing belongs to my cousin Tony Joe. Was given to her and her family by the late Chief Frank Nelson. Whenever they would come through Tulalip, they would open their home and their yard, and they would just kind of take over. And there was a friendship there, and it went back to some of the first journeys that their family was involved with. So he gave that song to her and her family to honor that friendship. And these next two songs come from Stobeosol, Thomas Williams. If you want to talk about your songs.
Othligwalapo, ha, siayaya, ha, the Eshad, Stobayotso, Tidsta, Atzil Tobusta, Thomas Williams, Tidsta, Pot Sadutsidsta, Tualcha, Dohlela, Stohobs Chud, Stohobs Chud, Stohobs Chud. Love Shilted, Desapa, Swaletum, Tid Ska. Hello, my friends, my relatives. My Indian name is Stobayotsal. And my Pasta name is Thomas Williams. We come from the Williams family, Stahobsh. This is my older brother, Swaletum, Andy Williams, Jr. Our dad is Wakewadab 1. We're here representing me and my brothers, Carrie Michael, my little brother Lucas Washalea, and my other little brother Quashab Kadab. We're here on behalf of our grandfather Lubshiltud, Herman Williams Sr. These songs, we gathered these songs up in 2019 when we were traveling to paddle to Suquamish. It was a really, really good year for me and my brothers. We just lost our grandmother back then. Our grandfather bought us a canoe, the Eshad canoe. And these songs come from me and my brothers and my dad, Wake Arab. So the first one that we're gonna sing is a freestyle song. So our boys are gonna come out and dance. If any of the other men or boys want to come down and join them, feel free to. Osium Tiguasid. Just want to send a special prayer out there for anybody that's struggling with addiction. You know, as I've been standing here, I've been getting emotional from time to time, going through these songs, thinking about my dad, Dabad, Wake Warab, you know, and just very grateful to be able to be here with my family, my Sion parents. I've been with them on this whole journeys, very grateful for that. And some of my best friends, all of my relations. This next song also belongs to my family. We've had the beautiful opportunity to share it when we was at Paddle the Lummi, when we did our giveaway. So we've used it for some other purposes, but tonight, we're gonna use this song as we prepare to get our giveaway set up. Shikachi, raise my hands to you guys. Tigwasid, Lakat Subsh, Tigwasid, Usquadilla, Tigwasid, Ti'il, Buk, Talachad Bid. Thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you guys for sitting here and being patient. And thank you to the host tribe for allowing us to visit you guys. We just want to raise our hands to the Muckleshoot tribe for everything that they've done for us. We've been very well fed. Everything's been really, really good. The hospitality's been good. The teachings have been great. You know, the way you guys had the camp set up really allowed all of our people to be able to be together in a good way, and we're very grateful for that.
Once again, raising our hands to those who came to share in what we had to offer today. And raising our hands to our hosts. We have a little bit more work to do. And again, I call on my cousin. A little bit more work, thanking and recognizing the tribes along the way. What'd you do? Oh. Yeah.
O Tligualapo, Hak, Siayaya, friends and relatives, it's been an honor to share songs and dances with you. And we know this isn't just about the songs and dances, this is also about our time on the water. Sharing our time on the water is such a blessing. We have some gifts for those who hosted us along the way. Being that we're just a couple stops north in Tulalip, we were able to start our journey early. So we have some thank yous for those that hosted us along the way. We started our journey up in Tulalip, up in Lummi. And for me, the cool thing about that is this is only my third canoe journey. And the first canoe journey that I was able to attend, we started in Lummi. And then the second canoe journey I attended, we ended in Lummi. So our first thank you that we want to do is we want to call on Kwalamasu and Sis Baltuk, Jeff James, and Tina Joe, AKA Mrs. Joe. Is Mrs. Joe in the house?
Yes, she is. She's up there talking.
Okay. Do they have them? Right. Are they bringing the gifts? Okay. So we want to have you come down and accept some gifts on behalf of our canoe family for you to bring home and distribute as you see fit. Inside of the bins, we have a gift for a skipper, for an elder male and female, an adult male and female, a youth male and female. Igwi Tabutlid, thank you for welcoming us onto your shores, for taking good care of us when we were there. Igwi Tabutlid, thank you. The next stop that we had was Samish. So if we could have Leslie, if Leslie's here from Samish, or a representative that can accept these gifts on behalf of Samish. Samish was quite the pull for us. We thought we beat the weather report, but the weather report had other things in mind. So it was a rough day on the water for us. We dealt with wind and rain. We dealt with tired pullers, choppy waters. But we were welcomed ashore in Samish, and what was that? Leslie Winter. Oh, E-grade seed. So being welcomed onto the shores in Samish and being told that there was food for us if we needed it and that there was a place to rest, we really appreciate it. We appreciated your guys' hospitality. So we have these gifts for you to take home and distribute to the skipper, elder male and female, adult male and female, youth male and female. Igwitsi, thank you for coming up and accepting this. The next stop we made was in Swadubsh, in Swinomish, and we would like to call on Quistania and Tasaisablo, Aurelia and Jay, if they could come down here and accept these gifts. We ended up camping out in Swinomish for a couple days. And we always appreciate the hospitality of our relatives. We enjoyed Jay's laughter, mobbing through the campsite, keeping us on our toes. And just always feeling welcome, knowing that Swadubsh is another home for us. So we have these gifts for you to take home and distribute as Upper Tulalip. So in those bins, the gift for a skipper, elder, male and female, adult male and female, and the youth male and female. Igwi Tabushla, thank you. We love you guys. Why did I lose my notes? Okay, the big stop in Suquamish. We would like to call on Leonard Forsman and Danita Holmes to come down and accept these gifts. We know you guys took on a lot being that hub right before everybody made their way over to Alki. And we always feel so welcome, so loved, and treated well when we go to the Suquamish territory, to our Suquamish relatives. So we have these gifts for you to take home and distribute as you see fit. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for the good food. It was so cool to walk by and see those oysters cooking. Everybody's always fed well. The food is always being distributed. Igwi Tabushid. Or do you want to do special things? Special thing. We have a couple special thank yous that we would like to present to some dear ones. The first one is Mike Edwards, still here. We want to wrap Mike with a blanket. I know everybody's seen him showing up here on Journey, showing up strong. We love his energy. We've seen his posts going along all of the stops. We know how much he loves Tribal Journeys. And we want to present him with a blanket. Hopefully, as he wraps himself with a blanket, we hope that it gives him strength, the strength he needs to keep pushing forward. We need his energy, we need his excitement, his love, and his passion. Okay. Igwisi, thank you for accepting this on behalf of your grandfather. Please let him know that we love him. We have a special thank you for Polly McCarty. Is Polly still here? We want to wrap Polly and give thanks and gratitude for the connection that is strong between Makah and Tulalip. We have a lot of love for you. We have a lot of respect for you. And we hope that this blanket, that you'll use it And that anytime you're feeling a little weak or feeling a little down, that you could just wrap yourself up in it and know that Tulalip loves you and appreciates you.
I think we wrap them, right? You guys grab girls to wrap them? Have them come out front?
Our leadership has a special thank you that they want to give to the 4 skippers that got our canoe families here. So first, we want to call out the 4 skippers for the Tulalip canoe family. Natasha Freiberg, Clayton Taylor Henry, Wazi Kanum Andrew Gobin, and Kwakwachub Clayton Horn. We had a lot of youth on the canoe this year, and some of these youth, even though it was their first time participating in Canoe Journey, their 2nd generation canoe family, their 3rd generation canoe family, and we appreciate all of the love, all of the guidance, all of the protection, all of the teachings that each one of the skippers passed on to not only our youth, but to everybody that was on the canoe. I know that every trip that we took out on the water, there was always something beautiful being shared, different messages. And I'm gonna pass it over to our chairwoman so she can share some words.
Tigwitsin. Shehelalos Seed Star. Shehelalos is my traditional name. Terry Gobin's my English name. And I am the elected chair of the Tulalip tribes. I just would like to thank each and every one of you. First of all, I'd like to thank our skippers who got all of our canoes home safely. I know you had trying times and you have young crews here, and I want to thank you for the time that you put in, for the dedication you brought, the teachings that you brought to the youth. Each and every, that's one of the things that we take pride in, is we try to involve our whole community. Anybody who wants to be involved should be involved, especially the youth, because that's the next generation that will continue to carry this on for the future. And I just want to put my hands up to each and every one of you and thank you for what you did. I know you had some hard times, but with your expertise and what you did to keep our people safe, it's amazing, and we want to tell you we love you all. So thank you to our skippers. And can we give them a hand, please? Thank you. I also would like to give thanks to our canoe family, our essential staff. When we did this at Tulalip, we were planning on a one-day event. And then last minute, we were going to 2-day event, had to provide more meals, and call all the staff and volunteers to get it done. And what they did down here in Muckleshoot, this is amazing what they did. This is when we grow up, we want to be like this. So someday, hopefully, when we grow up. But no, they did an amazing job, but our staff really went the extra mile. Everybody tried to help out and accommodate as many people as they could and take care of our guests. So I just want to thank each and every one of you. But it makes my heart feel so good that this is getting bigger and bigger every year. So that's good, but it does create another problem. We need to grow bigger because we have so many people coming to these events. All of these youth that are being taught our culture again. It's so exciting. It's a good problem to have so that we can, help build up working with the other tribes who aren't able to hold these big events. We need to assist or need to partner up with some of them and do this together. So I'm just so proud of each and every one that's here to support their communities and their families. And we have some of our other board members that are here. Debbie Posey. Oh, where'd she step? She was right here. And Marlon Freiberg is here. And we have our vice chair, Misty Napiahi, who would like to say a few words. Thank you, Misty. I've voluntold her.
I want to thank our skippers for everything that you've done, and to our canoe family for representing us in the right way. I'm Misty Napiahi, Vice Chair of the Tulalip Tribes, and my heart is just swollen with joy. Everything you guys accomplished on this trip and how long it took us to get here, how many years we were shut down due to COVID, and we came back and we're strong and resilient. I just want everybody in the room to remember that when they colonized us, they never thought this day would ever be. And here we are, right here together as Indigenous people. We're alive and strong. And will everybody say with me, we are resilient. Ready? We are resilient. This is our culture. This is who we are. And thank you for having your teachings and staying the whole time to watch all of this. Tulalip raises our hands to each and every one of you and to our canoe family. We love you all.
And finally, our thank yous to Buckleshoot, to our Muckleshoot relatives. If we could have one of your elected leaders come down and accept some gifts on behalf of the Tulalip Canoe family. I think we all agree that we've been treated really, really, really well this past week. We want to raise our hands to you. Thank you for taking such good care of the Tulalip Canoe family, of every canoe family. From the time we arrived at the shores, the welcoming, to the campsites, to every little detail that your community has thought about, like, it is not unnoticed. We appreciate everything that you've done for us. We appreciate that you guys have set the bar really high for the next canoe journey. And like our chairwoman said, when we grow up, we want to be like Buckleshoot. We want to be like Muckleshoot. So we want to wrap you with a blanket. Igwitsid, thank you for your leadership. Thank you and your community for everything that you've done. We also have some gifts that we're going to call some more of your community members out here. If we could get an elder male and an elder female, adult male and adult females from our Buckleshoot relatives, youth male and youth female, and a skipper. Hey. We still need an elder female, adult female. I think yeah, thank you. And then youth female and youth male from our Buckleshoot community relatives. And we still need a youth male. Youth man, all right. Is that it? Is that it? Do you want to say one last word? I'll have you take over. All right, Igwi Tabutle, thank you all for being so patient while we completed our giveaway and while we completed our thank yous. I'm going to pass it back over to Wazi Kanam.
So with this final song, we'll be paddling out. And this paddle song came to the late Kenny Moses Sr. When we returned to Huishud, Camino Head, the tribe had the opportunity to purchase the land above and then down below on the tideland. And we did, and we returned there for a community clam bake. And as we approached the shore, this song was heard. And the word, Lalil. The song is about a canoe returning to the shore.
So we have some important work for our language sisters to take care of before you paddle out, relatives. Thank you.
Dwagalapu, Si'ab, Tiisha, Chaz, Bikoleta Sitsta, Bakoshuth Obschad. To honor you, my honorable people, my name is Leela Sam. I carry 2 ancestral names, Bikoleta number 2 and Tukalanawit, which I share with my grandpa, Mike Edwards. First, I'd like to raise my hands to our Stahobj family, friends, and relatives. Thank you for honoring our invitation to come to our homelands. Thank you for sharing your good songs and your good medicines. It's always a good feeling, and it's always good to see familiar faces, throughout the whole year, whether it's stick game, big house, canoe journeys, So again, thank you, and we have a few gifts for you guys. So first, can we have 1 male elder and 1 female elder? Just raise your hand and we can bring you the gift. One male youth and 1 female youth, please step forward. Did you find them? Okay. And then can we please have 1 lady warrior and 1 male warrior, please step forward. Do we have a drum bag in here? Oh, we're missing a drum bag. Then can we have your, I think you guys said 4 skippers? 4 skippers, please step forward. You can just throw it over the shoulder. Like that, yeah. Or wrap them, for the guys, throw it over the shoulder. And wrap it around the lady. My hands go up to you, skippers. I know how much it is, you know, to be a skipper. It's a big responsibility, and you guys did it. You guys brought your guys' canoes here safe, and you guys brought the youth here safe. So my hands go up to you. Thank you. And then can we have 1 male drummer and 1 lady dancer? And then lastly, can we have the leader of the canoe family? Here's this ball cat. Ashka. Then we have a few extra gifts in here. You guys can distribute it however you'd like, and the tote's yours. Again, Haishka, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much to our language sisters and canoe pullers, skippers. The honor of hosting you as guests in our homelands can't be overstated. We're so incredibly proud that you accepted our offer and that you made the pull to our shores. The beautiful culture, the drum, the song, the dance that you've brought today are good medicine. It's good medicine for us here at Muckleshoot. It's good medicine for all in attendance. We raise our hands to each and every one of you for that. We're so incredibly happy today that coming together in a good way to complete this good work, or Hatsiayus, it means so much to us as Indian people that for 4 years we've been absent from one another, that formally we haven't had the opportunity to cross those waterways, to ask those permissions, to spend time amongst one another. And this week has translated to an opportunity for us to pick those practices back up and to really, truly get back to who we are as a people, and your willingness to make the trip and take that long pull to come here and to share this time and this space with us to help us open this new home is something that we will always remember and we will never forget. We ask that as you continue forward, that you remember these days and you remember the kindness and the generosity that the tribe, that Muckleshoot has shown, that you think of us as gracious hosts. You, in honoring us in this way, you truly have reinforced the idea that you're important and valuable members of our community, and that you're important and valuable members of our family moving forward. We thank you. Haishka, we raise our hands. Of course, you have permission to untie and to leave our shores. We hope you don't do so too soon. We still have some celebrating to do. Thank you very much. Thank you, Relations. Thank you.
Heets goed, Shabbat, de hoofd, de sjajat seam, die haat sjajus. Adzaladi, Adstelib, Adzalus, Adzubalik. Beautiful work. Hot, hod. Good words. Beautiful to hear the songs. Beautiful to see the dance.